How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Ayaneo Konkr Fit review. This is not a sponsored video, and the model showcased here is a prototype. It may not reflect the final product's functionality or performance and is subject to change. This unit is the high-tier 16 gigs RAM and 512 gigs of storage Phantom Black model. It's the latest budget-friendly Android handheld from the Konkr line that aims to deliver solid performance while staying extremely portable. I've been testing this unit for a while now, and I want to show you what it does well. Inside the box you get the Konkr Fit itself, a USB-C cable for charging, and a set of stick caps. Nothing fancy, but that's expected at this price point. The Fit immediately stands out because of its quite big footprint. This is not pocketable, okay? Or well, depending how big your pockets are, but it is portable. It is important to make that distinction, otherwise they would have called it Pocket Konkr Fit. The build feels lightweight, but doesn't come off as cheap thanks to its nicely streamed design with curves around the edges. Now let's talk about specs. The Konkr Fit sports the leading SoC variant of the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3, namely Snapdragon G3 Generation 3, which is developed for Android gaming handhelds. With the Adreno 833 GPU, which is based on the Adreno 750 GPU, you'll be able to run any emulator you can think of and enjoy the best Mesa Turnip drivers support. Because in case you missed it, the Turnip team has actually been working behind the scenes with Valve to add Turnip support for the Steam frame, since that uses the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3 and it requires the team's focus on the Adreno 750 GPU. So if you want the best of the best, that is it. That said, the Konkr Fit is available in 4 different configurations with a choice of 8 gigs of RAM with 128 gigs of storage, 12 gigs of RAM with 256 gigs of storage, 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage, and 16 gigs of RAM with 1 terabyte of storage. A long-lasting 8K mAh battery with power delivery fast charging. The front of the device is full glass and sports a magnificent 6-inch true-color LCD 1080 by 1920p screen with a 144Hz refresh rate. With this screen, you'll enjoy any media content that supports 16:9 widescreen aspect ratio. It comes with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth version 5.3, it ships with Android 14, and has active cooling with fan. Ayaneo has come a long way with their screens. There were concerns with their screens on older devices inhibiting light bleed around the edges, but I can assure you that with this device, it seems to be absent. Thought this to be important to point out for some folks. Ayaneo decided to incorporate hand grips to their bigger devices. I've said it before, it's a must-have these days. And boy, do they make this device very comfortable. It's unbelievably comfortable. The form factor is comfortable for long sessions, depending on your grip of course. The sticks are small but responsive, the D-pad is good for retro games, face buttons are slightly mushy, not too loud. The standout is the weight. It's extremely easy to carry around. I definitely remember the Pocket S2 being heavier, which is also slightly bigger. So even in a budget model, they haven't cut corners on the fundamental control hardware. Extras like RGB lighting on the analog sticks makes this feel premium and visually satisfying, despite the device being all plastic. The layout supports both retro style and more modern control requirements. Whether you're playing old school or newer indie titles, the controls adapt, which is a win for those who don't want to stick with modern content, or for those who play both types of content. This time we have diagonal configuration for each control interface. On the front you'll find the familiar extra controls, the Aya button and the Recents button. These give you quick access to system features, controller mapping and fast app switching while you're on the go. They have moved the performance profile switcher to the top right here for easy access while you're playing, and a back button all the way to the left here. On the slightly slanted corners down here, we got front-facing dual speakers. Up top we got bumpers and triggers, as well as the LC and RC buttons. By the way, the bumpers and triggers, I love them. The bumpers are really long for good reach, and the triggers can be switched from analog to button mode, which is very handy depending on what you're playing. Most games besides racing or flying games don't require the long range that triggers have in analog mode. That's why you'll want this feature. I have them on my PC controller as well. Ugh, too loud. These are okay. Still on the back, we've also got two extra, I think, configurable buttons. Moving on, we've got an exhaust grill, volume, and power buttons. On the bottom, an USB-C port, version 3.2 generation 2 with the video out support. There's a 3.5mm audio jack and a microSD card slot. The operative system is a lightweight Android GSI ROM or generic system image, containing a minimal amount of Google apps and Aya apps, which handles the Ayaneo proprietary stuff on top of Android, such as the Ayaneo menu. On the side menu, you got options for performance, controller, device, toggles, basically quick tiles, and a shortcut to the Ayaneo settings. In the performance tab, you'll see some hardware analytics HUDs, toggles for performance modes, toggles for the fan speed, and a toggle to activate the hardware analytics overlay, which you could choose a minimal or detailed HUD from. In the controller tab, you get options for controller related stuff like key mapping, for creating a touch overlay for games that don't support controllers. Then there's vibration options, trigger options, options for the joystick, D-pad layout swapping, gyroscope, and turbo button settings. The device tab has brightness and volume controls, airplane, Bluetooth, the basic device stuff you'll find in the notification area. Ayaspace serves as a emulation front end, just like ESDE, Retrobat, etc., where you can import your retro games and run them from here. In Aya settings, you can customize the device to enhance your experience, like customizing the performance profiles, changing the controller layout, customizing the custom keys, fan settings, and a new recent addition, virtual memory management. Emulation-wise, this can run everything. From the earliest consoles like NES, Game Boy, GBA to the heaviest stuff like PS2, Switch, PS3 and PC emulation. I don't have any footage of any of them right now, so you'll just have to trust me, bro. I do have, however, PC emulation footage. It's all what I focus on these days, so here you go.
Oh, there's a fly trapped in amber today. Do it again. What now? Now, parrying. Siri, see how Geralt holds his sword, its angle?
What am I supposed to parry? I'm fighting a stupid dummy.
Pretend now, live later. Riposte! Strike!
Come on, come
Counter-strike!
closer.
Slice your jugular. And what?
Not bad.
Great. More bad news.
confirms 2 comm towers relaying theater-wide signals. Priority is destruction. You are cleared hot.
Copy that. Getting after him.
Alright, let's talk about pricing. 3 color configurations are being offered as of now: Phantom Black, Snow White, and Dragon Yellow. Snow White and Dragon Yellow are locked behind the mid and high tier models, however. If we take a look at the Indiegogo website, which is your go-to to purchase Ayaneo devices, at the time of making this video, they're still running a super early bird. So the 8 gigs and 128 gigs of storage will set you back $239. Retail price, I assume, would be $299. For the 12 gigs and 256 gig storage will set you back $299, $359 for retail. For the 16 gigs and 512 gig storage will set you back $349 and $409 retail. And lastly, the 16 gigs and 1 terabyte storage will set you back $399 and $459 retail. Fairly priced, if I can say so myself. Now my final thoughts. The Konkr Fit is a great affordable device. I think it is advertised and priced accurately from what I've compared to similar spec smartphones on the market currently. If you need something beefier, there is the Konkr Elite model, but that's for another future video. Before I wrap up this video, I would like to make a little announcement. We are now officially opening up Emucore, your one-stop to everything Winlator, Game Hub, MySwine, Discord. Come join us, have a chat with developers and contributors, and check out resources related to your favorite PC emulator. Be up to date with the latest news and resources, showcase your games, promote your YouTube channel, and most importantly, have a good time. If you are a developer, contributor, or even if you're a heavy tester, you may receive access to our dev section, where you can have even better one-on-one interactions with high-profile individuals. Everyone is welcome. Invite link in the description of the video below. Hope to see you there. So, what do you think of the Ayaneo Konkr Fit? Would you buy it? Why or why not? Leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe, hit the hype button if you like this video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.